Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Aquila Files. Tonight, I'm not just sharing a story, I'm inviting you into a nightmare. Prepare yourselves, because some doors, once opened, can never truly be closed. Have you ever felt like you're being watched, even when you're completely alone? Leo, 13, and usually too brave for his own good, was in his room. The air was thick with the smell of old paper, but tonight it felt suffocating. He tried to shake off a gnawing unease, a feeling that had nothing to do with his history exam. It started subtly, a dry rustle that seemed to seep from the walls. He told himself it was just the old house settling, the usual groans of aged timber. Then came the tapping. Not a branch against the window, but slow, deliberate. Tap, pause, tap. It was coming from the window that looked out onto the overgrown, shadowy garden. A cold dread, unlike anything he'd felt before, began to crawl up his spine. He tried to ignore it, burying his face in his pillow, but the sound persisted, a relentless summons in the quiet of the night. Finally, he forced himself to look. His heart hammered against his ribs. He pulled back the worn floral curtains, his breath catching. Pressed against the glass was a face, not pale, but a bruised, unnatural purple. The eyes were vast, black voids that seemed to swallow the faint moonlight. They weren't looking at him, but through him, as if he were just a thin barrier. A dry, raspy sound, almost a laugh, but devoid of any mirth, escaped the figure. It sounded like desiccated leaves skittering across frozen earth. The tapping stopped. Silence fell, heavier and more terrifying than the noise. Then, a long, skeletal finger, tipped with a blackened nail, began to trace the condensation on the pane, drawing a single, unnerving line with unnatural smoothness. Leo yelped, stumbling backward, his foot catching on a textbook. He scrambled up, his hands shaking as he fumbled with the window latch. It was locked, the deadbolt secure. Yet the tapping started again, this time from within the glass. A muffled, scraping sound, like something trying to claw its way through. He saw the glass ripple where the finger had touched, a distortion that defied logic. He bolted to his door, flinging it open. "Mom, Dad," he screamed, his voice cracking. He heard them stirring downstairs, their voices a distant murmur. But the sound from his room followed, growing louder, more insistent. It wasn't just tapping anymore. It was frantic scratching, joined by that dry, rasping breath, now much closer. He heard the floorboards creak behind him, a sound too heavy for human feet. He didn't dare look back. He knew, with a chilling certainty, that the face at the window wasn't the only thing trying to get in. The darkness itself was finding a way through the cracks. So tell me when the scratching starts, and the whispers turn to growls, will you run? Or will you peek through the curtains? Will you dare to see what's looking back? If you hear that tapping, remember Leo. Remember his room. And if you hear it at your window tonight, don't open it. Don't look. Just pray it doesn't find another way in. Subscribe if you want to survive the night, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next terror waiting in the dark.